Chapter 6. The Cemetery. Adeline had never snuck out of her house before. With 4 siblings and 2 parents, doing anything without someone seeing her was nearly impossible. At 11:40, she peeked out of her room to see who was still up. "Boo!" Tanner yelled, standing at the top of the stairs. Adeline jumped, and her brother laughed and walked past her. "Happy Halloween, scaredy cat," he said.
"Happy Halloween, scaredy cat."
As he passed her door and went
He said, and he passed her door and went
to his. As soon as he was in his room and Adeline's heart had calmed down, she opened her door quietly. She tiptoed down the stairs. Her parents were in the kitchen, but her siblings were all in bed. Adeline held her breath as she snuck to the back door. Her parents didn't see her slip out. She made sure to close the screen door quietly. She checked the flower pot for the spare key so she could get back in. Then Adeline hopped on her bike and sped as quickly as she could through the night. The air was chilly. Adeline could see her breath. 5 blocks from her house, she paused to catch her breath. She still had 10 more blocks to go, and she was already tired. Adeline took out her phone. She thought about texting Gianna that she would be soon, but instead, almost without thinking, she texted Marco and Emily. "Snuck out for the first time. Going to the cemetery. I have a bad feeling about this." For a second, she thought maybe she should turn around. Instead, she started biking again. Shadows crisscrossed the sidewalk. The wind swept in from the south. It whipped Adeline's hair around. Candy wrappers blew in the breeze. Chimes tinkled from far off. Everything felt eerie. Adeline pumped her bike pedals faster. Finally, she arrived at the cemetery. She saw some people on a hill a distance away. It was Gianna and her friends. Adeline didn't like that they were in plain sight. If any parents drove by, they could see them right away. She really hoped hers didn't realize she was gone. Adeline stashed her bike in a bush and walked through the big iron arch into the cemetery. She hurried up the hill to meet everyone. When she got to the graves, she saw Daisy sitting in the middle of the circle. She was holding a black candle with strings tied around it. She looked super nervous. Her pale skin almost glowed in the dark. "There she is," Gianna said. She looked at her phone disapprovingly. "You're late." Adeline checked her phone. She was 2 minutes late. Would Gianna really be mad that she was only 2 minutes late? Gianna winked at her and kept talking. "I was just telling Daisy here that this ritual will protect us for the year." Gianna handed her a white candle with a string attached to it and pointed to an open spot between Ada and B. "You stand on the south side," she said. Each girl represented a different direction. Daisy sat in the middle. "Why do I have to be in the middle again?" Daisy asked nervously. She used one hand to wipe the sweat off her forehead. "There's actually something have to tell you," Gianna interrupted. "It'll be great for you, Daisy. Seriously, you'll be the most protected of all of us." Gianna took out a lighter and lit Daisy's candle. Then she used that candle to light her own. Ada and Bea did the same, but Adeline couldn't make herself do it. This felt wrong. She wondered what the characters in Final Element would do, or what Emily and Marco would do. Actually, she knew exactly what they'd do. Gianna said, "Adeline," with a sharp edge to her voice. Adeline started sweating. "Gianna," she said, trying to find her courage. "Adeline, either light your candle or walk away," Gianna said between clenched teeth. "I thought you were one of us." Adeline took a deep breath. "Daisy," she said, "there's something I need to tell you."